If you've been through a lot of stress in your life, so chronic stress, maybe your nervous system just feels so overloaded, you're under eating, so common in many equestrian females today, you have inconsistency in your fuel in your body. Now, don't get me wrong, we don't always get our energy just from food, right? For those of you that follow Tony Robbins, this guy can do 24-hour events with no food. Why? Because he has this energy that he's tapping into, and we all have this energy that we can tap into by listening to good music, right? You feel better, and that's not a change in food. However, if you're a competitive rider, or you have quite a physical job, or if you're sat behind a computer, you're working hard, you're still using a lot of glucose. But my point is, it's not sustainable long term to eat nothing. We need to give our body whole food nutrition, especially as riders, to help our body and our mind. Undereating is a huge problem that I'm seeing nowadays in this industry. Training intensively without recovery is another one. I'm someone who used to push harder, and then I realized it wasn't working because, hey, I was ignoring my body, I felt inflamed, I felt more uncomfortable despite ticking all the boxes type of thing. I really felt awful. My face felt so inflamed and fat, I was bloated. The main reason for this being is overtraining and not training in accordance and in relationship with the gift that you have as a female, which is your menstrual cycle. Life stages, things like perimenopause, going through menopause, and all of this hormonal shift can sometimes impact your cycle, and that's maybe why you're having these fluctuations. So my message here is your body isn't betraying you, it's simply communicating with you. And if you're struggling to understand what that communication is, start with tracking. Understand the patterns in your body, in your life, and then implement one habit change at a time. Slow it down. I mean, why is it always the things that we have to slow things down, like the opposite to what we want to do as humans, really does give you the results. So, why do riders feel this vulnerability, embarrassment, shame, okay? We spend long hours in a very physical, both mentally and physical in our body, around horses. So I don't know if you know, if you're listening to this and you are another female equestrian, sometimes I feel like the horses aren't the problem, I can help the horses. Have you ever bled mid-ride? You have that sinking feeling that like something in your stomach just goes, ooh, and then you realize, oh my God, I'm bleeding, I'm on a horse. Not afterwards, not when you get home, but right there in the moment. And in that moment, like everything changes. Your focus, your confidence, your breathing, your concentration. You're suddenly not thinking about the horse anymore. You're thinking, how do I stop? Do I carry on? Can I tell anyone? If this has ever happened to you, or you live with a quiet fear that it might, this episode is for you. I'm Nika Voster. The Female Rider Code is the book that I've written. It is getting published this year. Super excited to let you guys read it. If you want to know more about it, comment the word rider below. I'll send you through a link and you can be added to the waitlist for special bonus features. In today's episode, I want to just start off by saying this with clear love and compassion. This isn't a rare experience, and it's not something that you've done wrong. I've been there countless times. I've worked with young riders around the world who have had these moments of, what do I do? Mid-ride, totally unprepared, with this internal panic that I don't know why, but no one is talking about, especially in the riding environments where we'd expect to just get on with it, you know? If you're cantering around an eventing field and you suddenly come on, like most riders I've spoken to around the world just crack on. For over the past 5 years, I have worked with countless equestrian women, all the way from young riders into women going through perimenopause and into those postmenopausal years. And I'm quietly hearing the same patterns being said. So heavy periods, like inconsistent bleeding, really bad energy crashes, these surprise bleeds, even when they're eating well, they're training, and they still have these moments of, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding mid-ride, what do I do? These planning, competitions, travel around their cycle. I've spoken to countless young girls who will actually cancel a competition just because it's clashing with their period, because of that fear, embarrassment, ashamed of thinking, oh my God, I'm on my period. And what stays with them isn't just the physical inconvenience, okay? Most riders, especially the women I'm speaking to here, we just get on with it. And it's nothing about there's the physical weakness in it. But let's face it, it's embarrassing. There's a bit of a shame feeling around it. The sense of their body is unreliable. And most of them were told, like, this is normal, it's just part of it. Or worse, just push through it. I have countless comments on my social media when I scroll with young riders saying, this happened to me, I had to get on with it. I was in a competition wearing white jodhpurs, jumping. Every time I jumped over a fence, the video, you could see the period stain. And she said, I felt like I just wanted to be, the world could just kind of eat me in and just sink into the floor. This shouldn't be happening, okay? It's a normal thing to bleed for a girl, for a woman. I personally think it's a good thing. So my mission and aim is to turn this shameful, embarrassing, natural thing we go through every single month as women into a superpower through educating and inspiring you listening today. Here's what I want you to understand. Bleeding mid-ride can happen, okay? Unexpected bleeds is not a sign of anything drastically being wrong for most of us. Obviously, everyone is individual, but unexpected bleeds consistently. So if you don't have a regular cycle, if you're not tracking your cycle, start straight away. It changed my life. It can suggest changes in things like hormonal fluctuations. It's the people, it's the stress, ego, competition in this industry. What are we all competing for? If you strip away all the rosettes, all these fancy overpriced saddles, all of this bling that's going on, and why we actually do what we do and spend the money that we spend for the horse. It's for the love of the horse. I feel like I've observed as well, many equestrian women have this unspoken guilt. They carry responsibility, like perfectionism and adding their own pressure. So even though it might be in a barn full of other women who are all, say, competing and have an ego to them, fundamentally, if you strip away all that, there's this voice in their heads that's putting a lot of pressure on themselves. So training hard, ride harder, expect more. And staying in this sympathetic drive most of the day can add more stress, cortisol stress. Pelvic floor dysfunction in riders is huge, again, very unspoken about. So much load, emotional dysregulation, and the body starts to prioritize survival over balance, over hormonal balance. If this is resonating with you, let me know, drop me a comment below. I read them all and I reply. So why does this get dismissed? See, many women are told they have their bloods taken, they're told they're normal. But normal for what? What's the parameter of normal? Are they being compared to, if they're a 50-year-old woman comparing their blood results to another 50-year-old woman who's a totally different industry, lifestyle to this equestrian woman, how is that normal? Symptoms are part of being a woman, part of these fluctuating hormones that we have every hour, every day. So to mask it rather than address it, normal doesn't mean optimal. Normal doesn't mean you're comparing this to the lifestyle of a time-poor, high cortisol stressed equestrian. And it certainly doesn't mean sustainable. I'm going to share a few examples with you, some of the case studies that I've worked with riders from around the world. Riders in their 30s with heavy, unpredictable periods, women in their 40s going into their 50s who have suddenly started bleeding mid-ride consistently, array of competition riders who have started to feel like their confidence is being affected. They have more anxiety and they don't know why, where this has come from. There's been like no real trigger, no real trauma, no real reason to explain this anxiety, this change in how they're showing up for their horse. They all had a common pattern. And it wasn't a lack of awareness. I actually find that female riders are super aware. Like, you guys know your body, you know the differences in how your body is, but there is a real gap between knowing how to support that changing body. If you agree, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. There is a gap in how we eat. There is a gap in how we train. And there is an even bigger gap in the nervous system that never shuts off. And when you address those foundations, those key 3 pillars, gently, consistently, the body start to stabilize. No extremes, no punishments, just support. This is the framework that I've gone into extensive detail in the Female Rider Code, the book. I can't wait for you to read it. I want to give you 3 tools today, not to fix yourself. I don't believe in quick fixes, and what might work for me might not work for you, or vice versa. But starting to rebuild the trust that is already in your body, just needs to be rewired. It needs to be put together again. Number 1, this is the first tool, is start tracking properly. Don't just track when you bleed, okay? Track things like your energy on a daily basis, your mental, your mood, your focus, how you feel after certain rides, what you're eating and when you're eating. So you're tracking to not control, you're just tracking to understand. And those patterns that start to develop replace the panic, anxiety, confusion, overwhelm. Tool number 2 is eat enough whole food, protein, fiber. There is no fixed amount. It's going to be individual to what you do, your age, your lifestyle. Your needs very much will vary to mine, okay? But protein, the foundation, really does support hormone production, blood sugar stability, recovery. When it comes down to things like fiber, especially with those that are having either really heavy periods, clotting, those of us that have PCOS, endometriosis, and women that are going through perimenopause, the fiber, especially estrogen, can help with clearance. It can help with gut health. This is eating more fiber, adding some gut variety to the microbiome. This will help with more predictable cycles. I'm being generic here, and this is the blanket that I've seen across working with women around the world. As I said, this is not the blueprint for you individually, okay? If you want to know what your blueprint is, look on my website. It's called the Horse and Rider Reset. Join the waitlist and you can join us for a group 8-week program, and we will come up with your individual program that will suit your lifestyle and your hormones for life. It's a game-changing program. When a rider's body feels fueled, it doesn't feel safe. It feels, when a rider's body is underfueled, it doesn't feel safe, okay? This is why foundation of food, nutrition, in my opinion, is where we start. And it's not about restriction, it's not about calorie counting, it's genuinely about the nutrition. How and what foods help you with better mood, brain focus, energy, okay? The third tool is to train with your cycle and not against it. And by the way, training also means riding. Just any form of like physical exercise in alignment with your menstrual cycle will be a game changer when it comes to supporting your body as a female rider. The body isn't designed to perform the same way every single bloody day of the month. Some phases might support more strength, as in you can build strength, more progression, more PBs, and other phases you might feel uncoordinated, really weak, deflated. You need to be supporting the body with a variety of exercises fitted in nicely with your menstrual cycle. It genuinely is not complicated at all. Training with your cycle really doesn't make you weaker. I believe it's the superpower to women. It's how we unlock an energy, how we unlock skills up to the next level, because we tap into the natural hormones that fluctuate with our cycle. It makes everything in your life more sustainable and easy to achieve. If this episode today has made you think, this explains quite a lot, I want you to hear this. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body isn't failing you. It's just communicating. And once you learn how to listen, God, everything feels steadier. Everything feels achievable again, like with no effort. And if you like the support and you like me, getting to know me, I've opened up the waitlist for the Horse and Rider Reset. Go to my website, nikavorsa.com, and click on course and you'll see it there. If not, comment Rider Reset below and we'll send you the link and you can apply through that. If you haven't already, don't forget to give me a subscribe and follow. And as always, thank you for your time and for listening.